Hi guys, welcome back. I am going to today be introducing you to the Glimmer Hot Foil of the Month kit for August. I'm thinking ahead, sorry about that. Anyway, this is a real pretty set. It's got, for the glimmer plates, it's got a couple of real pretty floral patterns, and then it's got this cute sentiment. Now I have made a couple of cards already before getting started with this. Oh, also, you get this hot pink foil. I did not have anything in pink, so that is awesome. So I've already played with this a little bit and made a couple of cards. The first card, this one uses just these floral glimmer plates, and then I used some Jane Davenport. I've got it around here somewhere. I used Jane Davenport watercolors for this. Now, I was basically, like I so often do, I was experimenting. I wasn't sure how well this would work over foil. I've seen that folks have used, have done watercolor before foiling, but I decided to try it after the foiling. And this is such an opaque and thick consistency on the watercolor that in some places when I didn't water it down enough, it did kind of cover up some of the foiling goodness, but I think this still turned out really, really pretty. And then the sentiment is from another stamp set from Spellbinders. So the other card that I used part of this with also used the new large die of the month. And I think I'm going to just change this to say that this video is about both sets. This is the large die of the month. It is a slimline. And let me see, first off, this is called the Hex Floral set, and it came with the foil. And then the other set, I forgot what this one's called, just a second. So for the large die of the month, this one is the Hex Kaleidoscope Slimline. So you can already tell this is a slimline, and I did make a slimline card with that. And I used the sentiment from the other set. I absolutely love the way that this one turned out, and I'm having trouble now racking my brain for something else to create that would look this pretty. I absolutely love this. I'm going to start off with doing something for this set, for the Glimmer set. And what I'm planning is I'm going to create a tag. I just think that this would be real pretty with the florals on here as part of a tag. And let me see, I think there would be, oh no, I just got my Post-it tape off of there. I'm using the Post-it tape to keep everything lined up perfectly so that I don't have to fuss with it every single time, but I'm probably going to have to replace that Post-it tape soon. So I think I might have, yes, I'll have room for actually have both of those on here. And I think that's going to turn out really pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and foil those, and then I'm going to color it up using my Jane Davenport Magic Wand pencils. Not real good on on colored pencils yet. There's just so many different mediums that I don't have time to play with everything as much as I want, and that's one of the ones that I have not played with much. I haven't done a lot of colored pencils. So I'm heating up my Gemini foil press, and as soon as that's done, I can go ahead and get this all foiled out. Okay, and that will fit. That will look good. I've already got my heat press heated up, and something I saw on an older video was using a template, so you hopefully can have everything where you want it. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down. And this is just a piece of vellum that I accidentally got a little bit warm, so it's a little bit warped, I think. Okay. Of course, I am lifting and moving things, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to move this over to the edge, which is about where I want the edge of my... This is getting a little warm already. Okay, so that's about where I want my tag. And this, I cut this out using my scan and cut. I've got some extras from a while back. And then I'm going to put my foil down, face down. Okay. And that's the edge of my flower, so I'm going to lay this down right there and just touching a little around the edges, and I do believe I've got everything on there. It should be straight because I've got it lined up with the edge of my vellum. Now I'm going to pull the vellum back because it is already getting warped. I've only used it once. I want it to actually last a little bit instead of having to cut another piece. So now I'm going to use the top plate. Go ahead and put that down. And since this is a fairly decent size hot foil plate, I'll put that in for 20 seconds. And now I can run that through my Gemini Junior. And let's see if I actually got that lined up. And everything, of course, stuck to that Post-it tape, but I think this tag turned out pretty good. The foiling looks perfect. The coloring does take a while, especially since I'm layering up different colors on there. So I am going to fast forward this portion. I am going to be releasing a full real-time coloring video of this if you guys are interested, and then I'll leave a link down below once that is up. But I'm going to go ahead and speed this up and play you guys some music. Okay, so I really love the way that this one turned out. I am going to glue a second one onto the back because I like the like how it can be a little more substantial. And then it'll be ready to add a ribbon, or for that matter, just to glue it to the front of a card. I think that just turned out so lovely. So next I'm going to do a slimline card using the large die of the month, and I've got an idea and we will see how this one turns out. So first I'm going to die cut the main panel out of some gold foil paper. After cutting out the gold and cardstock and layering all of that up, I decided to add a piece of, this is actually a piece of vellum paper that I did some alcohol ink blending on a while back, and I put that behind my frame and on top of a piece of white cardstock so that you could really see the color. I used art glitter glue to adhere everything together behind the gold frame so you wouldn't see any of that on the vellum, and some of it did seep out in areas, so I had to clean that up with some water. Worked out great. I mean, the glue was adhered fine, but the gold cardstock, the foil, was a little dingy in some areas, which is where I knew that that matte glue had basically dried there, so just wiping it off with some water worked perfectly. Next, I grabbed some cardstocks out of my scrap bin that basically match the colors from that background. I've got a couple of colors of blue, and I'm going to cut out some of those little hexagon layering pieces to put on the front of my card. After cleaning up all of those die cuts, I'm going to glue those together using some art glitter glue. One of the cool things with this set is you've got 3 different layering pieces, and you could use 1, 2, or 3 of them. You can use any combination. So there's a lot of different things that you can create, a lot of different effects you can create with these little dies. I think they're just adorable. I just chose to use 2 of those and to layer them up over the gold. That way the gold shows through as well. Now that my 3 hexagons are assembled, I'll go ahead and add some more art glitter glue to the back and adhere them down onto the gold part of my card panel. I am going to put something on top of it so that it will hopefully adhere and have time to dry while I work on the next one. So all I have left on this card is to put it on a card base and add the sentiment. So this is a slimline card, and this piece here is just over 3 inches, so I'm going to score it at 3.5 and then cut it at 7 after I fold it so that I don't have to grab my big paper trimmer. So now I have my card base here, and then I can just trim off the excess. And it's going to be a perfect fit. And as always, all of the products that I use will be down in the description below. Oh, this is precious. So that finishes up this card, and show you the two sets again. We've got the die of the month for August, which is the hexagon something. It's I know this. This is the, and I cannot read it. Anyway, so we've got the die of the month, and then we have the hexagon glimmer of the month. And these are two just precious projects, and I do apologize for the glare because of all of the foil. It is a little, I've had a little bit more glare than I would like, but these I think turned out really, really nice. Thank you guys for dropping in, and until next time, just remember, if I can make it, you can too.